Number 1. DeMarco gathered 17 and 8/10 pounds of blueberries at a berry farm. He split the berries equally among 3 containers. Which is the best estimate of pounds of berries that were in each container? Number 2. Vincent pours 5/6 gallons of water into his dog's water bowl. If the dog drinks 2/10 gallons of the water, what fraction of a gallon of water will remain in the bowl? Number 3. Quanda has a brass cylinder that has a mass of exactly 5 and 275 thousandths grams. She placed the cylinder on 4 different electronic scales. Each scale indicated a different mass as shown in this table. Scale 1, 5 and 275 thousandths. Scale 2, 5. Scale 3, 5 and 300 thousandths. Scale 4, 5 and 280 thousandths. Which scale rounded the mass of the brass cylinder to the nearest hundredth of a gram? Number 4. On the grid below, Simon will place point A at 5,8, point B at 8,5, points C at 6,7, and point D at 7,6. Which point will be closest to the star? I'm going to kind of guide you through this because it is an ordered pair, which we haven't done the huge lesson on, but we've done many lessons on. So I'm going to do point A and see if I can get a color on that. You know what? I'm going to do it in pink. So point A, we're going to start at 0. We're going to go over to 5 and up to 8. Remember, we always go over on the x-axis first. This is where point A would be. Thereabouts. Point B, we would go over, start at the origin, go over 8, come up to 5. That's where our point would be. Point C, start at the origin, go over 6, up 7. That's where our point would be. Point D would start at the origin, go over 7, up 6. That's where our point would be. Now, which one of those looks closest to that star? Point A, which is the first one we plotted, which is 2 spaces away. Point B, which looks like it's 1 full space away. Point C, which looks like it's about 2 spaces away. And then point D, which is 3 spaces away. I'll let you decide. Number 5. A farmer filled 3 empty troughs with oats for his horses. Each trough was 3/4 full. Which model represents the total amount of oats that was in the troughs? Okay, I want us to think about the fact that they're talking about 3 empty troughs. And each one was 3/4 full. Looking at A, they're representing that this is 4 columns. So I don't know that that necessarily represents 3 empty troughs. B shows that this is representing 3 of something. C is representing 3 of something. And D is showing us that there's 3 of something. Now, each trough being 3/4 full, I need to look and see that each of the 3 has 3/4 full. B, C, and D. Which one to you has 3/4 full? Number 6. Madeline will go on a 2-week vacation next month with her parents. She will take $368 of her own money. Her parents will give her another $150. Madeline will spend all of the money, and she will spend the same amount each day. In dollars, how much money will she spend each day of the vacation? Number 7. Arnold began working at a coffee shop on April 1st. Miss Ware, his new boss, told Arnold he would earn $2,500 each month if he worked 160 hours. 1 month later, Arnold received his first paycheck in the amount of $2,150. Although Arnold worked 160 hours, he received $350 less than the amount Miss Ware said he would earn. She told him that the $350 was deducted or taken to pay his taxes. Which number in the situation above represents Arnold's net income in dollars? One thing I have not talked to you guys about is the fact that we have 2 different types of income. And I'm going to write it out to the side. We have gross income, and it looks like the word like icky, ooh, gross, that kind of word. That is the type of money that you receive before taxes are taken out, gross income. Now, there's another type that is called net income, N-E-T, net income. I like to tell my scholars that, you know how whenever you throw a net out to the sea, well, you catch some fish, but all of the fish that are in the ocean aren't necessarily what you catch. You just catch what your net receives. So I like to refer to this as the amount that you get after taxes are taken out. Net income. Now, they're basically wanting to know which number in this situation represents the net income after all taxes are taken out. What is this Arnold guy receiving? Number 8. In which number below is the value of the underlined digit equal to 5 times 1/100th? Number 9. Vanessa baked a cake that weighed 4 5/10 pounds. If she slices it into 6 equal portions, what will be the weight of each portion in pounds? Benedicto is holding 4 paperback dictionaries that weigh 4/10 pounds each. Which model below best represents the total weight of the dictionaries? The total weight of the dictionaries. Number 11. The volume of the rectangular prism Z is 12 cubic centimeters. One face of the prism is a 2 centimeter square, like the one shown here. Which model below could represent one of the other faces of prism Z? Now, we have done a little bit with volume by this point. We know that volume equals length times width, running out of room, times height. That looks kind of ugly. I'm going to do it a little bit below. Length times width times height. Now we need to fill in all of those to be able to determine, okay, let's say that this is my height, 2, and my width is 2. Well, so far that's 2 times 2, which equals what, guys? 4. Now, 4 times what equals 12? Well, if I'm doing my calculations correct, 4 times 3 equals 12. So let's figure that out. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. Awesome. That does equal a volume of 12 cubic centimeters. So you need to go find the side that has 3 as the length and then also represents 2 as your height. Number 12. The plot compares the number of chairs to tables at 12 different public libraries. Each point on the plot represents one library. The library with the greatest number of tables has how many more chairs than the library with the least number of tables? Well, we haven't necessarily talked dot plots, but I know that you talked about these in 4th grade. So I want to definitely notice that my title says tables versus chairs. And then I want to go check out the fact that they told me to find the library with the greatest number of tables. And then how many more is that than the library with the least number of tables? So I care about my subtitle tables. The library with the greatest amount of tables would obviously be 14, right? So if the greatest number of tables was 14 and the least number was 16, how am I going to figure out the difference there? The difference. What operation is that, guys? Make sure you take that on and then answer correctly. Number 13. Mr. Ishak is going to make a soil mixture for a potted plant. He will combine 21 ounces of dirt, 17 ounces of peat moss, and 9 ounces of perlite, which shows the total weight of the soil mixture.